Hi everyone, it is Celebrity Friday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Veronica Danik-Boy. With me as usual are my beautiful co-hosts. Hello ladies.
Hi,
I feel like breaking into a dance because it's Friday.
Yeah. Where's the music?
Like, I've been hearing
Like-
you say your name every day, but it's still like your maiden name is still like glued in my head, sort of. When you say Veronica, I'm expecting Onuchi. It's just, you know.
Veronica Danik-Boy.
Yeah.
Yes, right? I know most people prefer this one,
yeah.
Danik-Boy, maybe because it's longer or something. When you say Onichi, it's like,
Oh, she said it and it's gone.
it's
But
gone.
Danik-Boy, it just has a
You have to take,
certain
you just
ring to
take a
it.
pause and
Yeah,
listen
this
again.
foreign sound. Yeah.
Kike, welcome.
Thank
At
you.
least we are sitting together for the first time,
Yeah,
right?
I know. I know.
How are you doing?
I'm well. I didn't have a good night's, decent
Nice
sleep
rest.
because I had to submit loads of assignments and all of that. So waking up this morning, I just had to go through what we're going to discuss and all of that. So
It was a struggle.
It was a struggle. So I have to finish early today in the office and return home and rest. Yeah.
You don't look it though.
She doesn't.
If you don't say
She
anything,
looks
people just
well
feel like, oh
rested.
yeah,
Yeah.
good.
She's
I went to
glowing,
bed
yeah?
around to 4 yesterday.
Whoa.
And I love her outfit as well.
Yeah.
Thank
Yes,
you.
right?
Ankara, but see how it's done with the
Thank
mask.
Yeah.
Very
Thank
lovely.
you.
All right,
You look
okay.
nice as well.
You look prepared for the weekend already.
Oh, well, for me, I'm really grateful. I'm able to, in my business. And so once I finish here, is Ewabella, that's my full-time work. And somebody yesterday was asking me, our guest, I said, I do makeup. She said, so that's like your side gig. I was like, no.
That's my gig.
That's my main gig. I was like, oh, how long have you? I said, I've been doing makeup for over 10 years. I said, that's what I like do. She said, oh, okay. I said, do you know Nima is a lawyer? I said, that's why she was sounding so knowledgeable about those, the legal issues.
Yeah.
I said, everybody here, this breakfast, apart from you, professional broadcaster, Veronica, you know, but like all of us have other things that we
Yes,
do. Most people
definitely.
don't know. They just think that because we're here every day, this is what we do all the time. But I'm grateful for
The
work.
opportunity.
For today I ran.
Mariam,
I ran.
you're looking so
Hi.
beautiful this
Oh,
morning.
thank you. Thank you. Because I got two different compliments. My son said to me, Mommy, you look yellow, yellow, yellow. Everything is yellow. You need to put some color. I was like, see, I like it like
Your
that.
son?
Yes,
How old
and
is he, please?
He's 7. He's like that. He just talks. Then, you know, one of the producers was like, you look really simple today.
Yeah.
I'm wondering,
Actually classy.
okay, thank you.
Because I didn't see anything because I'd seen the picture of the dress online and I loved it. And I think I told you then that I really liked it when I saw it on Instagram.
But anyway, let me tell you the reason I wore this dress is
Okay.
because I put on so much weight.
When you say
People,
wait, I'm looking
please.
for it.
I have put on so much weight. Nothing fits me at all. So I had to look for the
One that is
just covers everything. So to you and the rest of you that have been deceiving me, oh no, I don't see any weight. I don't see any weight.
Oh.
I am out for you guys.
I think the weight.
Please,
I can't
where's
put any
the
of my
weight?
clothes. All my clothes are too small.
But that's the best way for you to know
Actually,
because your dresses will be tight.
Yeah.
So today I was running. I run in the mornings, and there was a guy that ran past me, and then when he was coming back, he ran past me again. I was like, So when he now relaxed, like he will run, jog. And so I said, I must pass him. How can you run past and come back and you pass me
you're still
again?
walking.
And I started running. I realized I did not see him again. I was like, I'm catching. I was running. When I got to the intersection and I turned, I realized he probably had just turned into his house. I was competing with myself. There was nobody running with me. You know, but sometimes I just go,
You know,
what was I
I
doing?
tend to do that when I'm walking or jogging, but I hardly jog. But when I'm walking and someone is ahead of me,
You will pass the person.
yes, I have to. So it helps
Like a
me.
competition.
Yes, in my
Yes.
head. The
You
person
pace
is
up.
unaware
Yes,
of what
actually.
I'm doing.
Yeah, we're
but,
just
you know,
competing with
I
us.
wish I could.
I think that's what
happens. I run. Anything exercise, anything. I don't know. Eating healthy or whatever they call it, keto. Others, I just can't.
and you look this good.
I'm telling you,
I
she's
know,
so
Life has
lucky.
been good to you.
That's great.
Really, because
Yeah.
for someone like me,
What are you doing this
wow.
weekend?
This weekend, that's why I said I wanted to break into a dance. I'm looking forward to this weekend.
You're not
because
working?
One, I'm not working.
Yay.
I'll have time to rest and then spend time with family. That I'm
good.
looking
Happy
forward
for
to.
you.
So it's going to be a good one. Rest well and prepare for Monday.
Let's
That's what
not
it's
go
going to
without saying I love your kimono.
Yeah.
Oh,
very
thank
pretty.
you,
Yeah,
thank
very
you,
pretty.
thank
Very
you, thank
colorful.
Yeah. All right, now when we return, we review the news headlines. Stay with us. We will be right back. Thanks for staying with us. Let's go to the newspaper headlines now. I'll start with The Nation. Screaming headline, INEC clears Buhari, Atiku, Ezekwesili, Okotie, others. No APC candidate in Rivers. Kashamu's men listed for Ogun. The figures here, we have 73 number of presidential candidates, 1,904 number of candidates for the Senate, and 4,680 number of candidates for House of Reps. And then we go to El-Rufai urges CJN on Ogun to resign. Minimum wage revenue sharing formula for review. Nigeria-Brazil seal $1.1 billion agric deal. That's an interesting story there. And I always fear that I might not live long. That's a major story again. And then Ekiti Deputy Speaker sacked. Police arrest Jigawa PDP chair. Health workers threaten strike. Eagles can succeed in Egypt. Man to die, beneath here we have man to die by hanging for killing Okada rider. Teenage caught with underwear.
Major headline, the INEC has released the list of cleared candidates. Rivers State, however, is we were expecting that there will not be going to be any candidates from them, but the Lagos State chapter, the Rivers State chapter head is now assuring the members that despite the fact that they will not be contesting this election, everybody should remain calm. We have 73 presidential candidates. That's a whole lot, amongst who, apart from the major one, President Muhammadu Buhari and Atiku, we also have Sowore and this youngest guy that was on our show a few months back, Chika Okoigbo, 35 years old, is the youngest ever, even though they're still having issues with his candidacy because the INEC is saying that he's too young to run, and so we're still waiting to see if they would clear that.
Yeah, for River State, they have been embroiled in, issues, inter-party crisis.
Yeah. So. But then I also feel that maybe it might be good news for River State because they tend to be like violence on both sides, especially with these two parties. So probably maybe the people of River State will have a very peaceful election this year.
Perhaps we can only hope.
We can hope.
All right, let's go to the New Telegraph. I'll focus on capacity development, infrastructure, teachers at Sanwo-Olu. A major headline now, at last, Atiku lands in U.S. PDP candidates, parleys American officials, business community. Saraki, ex-minister on trip. Ex-VP returns Saturday. Presidency, INEC clears Buhari, Atiku, 70 others. APC loses Rivers, Zamfara National Assembly. SDP has no candidate. Immigration to spend 2.6 billion naira. 10,603 ad hoc staff for polls. Well, new tool could calculate breast cancer risk. That's an interesting one we have. And then we have little pockets here. Lassa fever claims senior army officer. CBN orders banks to freeze fuel marketers 800 billion naira accounts interest. I am no longer safe in my office. That's Oluremi Tinubu speaking there. Convicted armed robbers assault judge attack journalist. Who has what story here?
Atiku. We've been told that Atiku departed from Nigeria, Murtala Mohammed, on Wednesday, and is now in the US, in Washington, to be precise, with the Senate President and Obi and the likes to address the Chambers of Commerce in United States. I think I'm just really excited about this news because I know we've been dragging it for a while. Yeah. I cannot understand why.
After 12 years, actually,
after 12 years, I cannot understand how if an ex-vice president doesn't have access to some certain countries. So if someone like that is having issues to enter a country or to go into another country, so what would ordinary
the reason there are legal issues with him not going in.
Of course.
However, and people were using that as campaign against him because they felt they cannot go there. I don't think it's important whether I can go or not. For me, Atiku is saying everything I want to hear. He's talking about restructuring. He's talking about devolving power within NNPC, and I think that we should pay more attention to the options available to us than thinking we have just one person to vote for.
Of course, we just said we have 73.
Yeah, we have
so it's not just an option.
all these people. Don't forget that Atiku Atiku was once a vice president. So at the end of the day, what has he contributed when he was on seat? Sometimes I wish that we can give other people opportunity to serve or to lead us instead of the same option. So if you're talking about options,
it's not just about saying, it's about implementing, it's about executing. And sure, that's always that's the
major
major
problem
problem.
about the campaign promises of our president.
Of course, we all know what the campaign promises are, but that's why we're saying our major problem in this country is execution. So let's go to the punch.
Story.
Okay.
Yes, the Senator Oluremi Tinubu.
Oh yes.
We're taking the story, I think, some weeks back, where it was reported that her office was burgled.
Yes.
And she's saying that she feels unsafe because they were hoping that they'll be able to see from the CCTV camera footage who went into her office. But then they found out that those cameras are probably just shells. Yes.
Immediately they
there were shells. There were no videos of who was planning it or who got in there. Most of the cameras did not capture anything. So maybe those, some people do that where you just put shells there. It gives people the sense that, okay, you may be watched and probably are not.
That kind of office, it shouldn't have been.
Yeah, so that's why we're afraid that, if a place like that.
Or some in-house person might be involved to let them know that these cameras won't capture you. They should do more investigation.
Quickly, let's go to the Punch newspapers. A major headline, Oshomole, once you join the APC, your sins are forgiven.
No.
Wow. PDP mocks Buhari over gaffe at Delta rally. Power outage hits Lagos International Airport. 40 million Nigerians at risk of flooding. NEMA. Senator says Buhari's coup against Shagari a national setback. I thought I would die before 50, says Akonde. Court suspends judgment as rape victim uncle. 2 others die in auto crash. Imo APC suspends Okorocha. Foreign investors withdraw 642 billion naira from stock market. Whoa. APC Rivers Zamfara candidates not on INEC list. 30,000 naira minimum wage. Governors demand review of revenue sharing formula. I've arrived in Washington, D.C., says Atiku. Now, even if I choose the Pope as running mate, 67% of Christians won't vote for me, says Rufai. Who has your story?
Yeah, I have the human interest story. This is really, really a very sad story. So there's the story of a teenage girl, a 17-year-old, who has been in court, allegedly being raped by her dad. She was pregnant at the time, and she was on her way to Benin for the court ruling. She was with her uncle and the advocate that's been with her. Her name is Promise Ezekiel, and the driver. And on their way there, they got into an accident. One of them is in critical condition, but all the others lost their lives. Oh, wow. It's so sad because according to the story, this girl has been raped consistently by her dad over the years. And he's also seen to be diabolical, or, some sort. So I don't know this. So it looked like, according to the story, it looked like finally, a sentence was going to be made in her favor. But then this has happened. So this is sad because it might give. Is it credence to his diabolic means? People might say, because he's so diabolical, he was able to cause this accident to happen.
But it doesn't mean he would escape judgment, because there's been some testimonials by the late girl right now. Yeah. I want to take the major headline. So immediately I saw it, I was wondering, one, because it jives with what people say in the society. We had the picture of the president standing beside Akwabi, and people were saying, are you really fighting corruption? Like, you're standing side by side. Oshomole actually was speaking at to the Edo State's rally, and because a lot of people from PDP decamped into APC. So he now said that when you decamped, that all the people that decamped, he was not mentioning their names. One of them's name is Iluobe. Now, Iluobe means I have done something wrong. That's the meaning of the name. So when he calls the person's name, he now said, your name means I've done something wrong. But once you join APC, your sins are forgiven. So it was said in that context. But the street went wild with saying that, we know everybody that has joined APC, there's no prosecution against them anymore. And there are many people like that. I believe that even if the president doesn't get a second chance, within the next few weeks that we have, let there be prosecutions both within the party as there is going on outside the party.
Because this is why you need to go beyond the headlines.
Yes, I was going to say thank you so much for reading that.
It was really sometimes it can be misleading. So
this was particularly misreading. It was just putting the person's name.
If you don't read further, it will just mislead you. But who has the other story here? Any other story here? All right, let's move quickly to The Guardian. Federal government to review revenue sharing formula over minimum wage. Southern Middle Belt leaders want due process on Norge. Quarter John's suit halting CJN's arraignment, while South governors are biased by El-Rufai, minister behind plots to destroy judiciary, Wike alleges. Well, Atiku Abubakar arrives in Washington, D.C. to meet U.S. government officials. Investigative journalist shot dead in Ghana. Theresa May and politics of Brexit. Wow, this investigative journalist shot dead in Ghana. Some of us know Anas. Now, he is not the one that was shot, but this guy that was shot works with him. And so he's part of the there was this investigative story that went on in Ghana and where some sport officials were asked to, you know,
so
step
the guy
aside.
that found out the story, is he dead?
No, not Anas, but his associate. The guy works for him. And so he was found dead. He was shot dead.
Yes,
and so now these are the, you know, risks that journalists face.
And our president said to go and be investigating. They let the police go and do investigation now. Why should journalists be the one to do investigation? They will now break the story.
Well, there's investigative journalism.
Yeah, I don't want to die.
You die somehow.
All right, this is the much we can take from the newspaper headlines review. Next, we would like to hear your views on Toyin Lawani's video. Stay with us. We will be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Well, thanks for staying with us. Popular fashion entrepreneur Toyin Lawani recently released a video of her personal assistant giving her a butt massage, and the internet went wild with various reactions. While some fans chastised her for showing her naked butt despite having a teenage daughter who has friends on the internet, others simply said it was unprofessional for her male personal assistant to have access to her private parts. Join the conversation on 070-806-68014. Tweet to us at TVC Connect with the hashtag YourViewTVC. What was she thinking? What was she thinking?
You know what? See, I understand the outrage, but also I think it is misplaced.
You do?
Yes, I understand the outrage.
Misplaced?
Yes.
Please tell me where it's supposed to be placed.
Okay, let me tell you. So let me break it down. First of all, right, it was a shoot. She was about to go for a shoot, and usually you have people rub oil on you and things like that. And I understand the outrage is because she took it out of the context in which it happened, and she put it on social media. So if you're not part of the process of what is going around, you would not understand it. A lot of people will tell you, if you go for fashion shows and runway shows like that, when you go behind the scenes, you see models in different forms of, you know, undress. Yeah. With male stylists, everybody up and down, hairdressers and everything. So nobody cares. 1 minute. So nobody cares. So all
of you are doing the same thing, right? And it is not on the internet.
So that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I understand the outrage because you've taken it out of the context that it was happening. What was happening there was not just some man rubbing up on her and she put it on the internet. This was a man putting oil on her body. We see it with Kim Kardashian and all the other people that watch in Hollywood when they are doing like their full body spray tans. It's usually a guy that's spraying them and they are butt naked. And sprays them all. So that is what happened. So there's no...
Miriam, to buttress your point, I understand that we Nigerians sometimes try to, you know, pick an issue from unnecessary thing. No, let's not
unnecessary?
Forget. Yeah, in the sense
no,
that
this is not
I'm saying unnecessary, I understand that she has children. I understand that there are some certain things that we frown at because of our culture.
Of course.
But who is Toyin Lawani? She's a fashionista and a stylist. It could be a public stunt for all you know. That's number one.
Oh, controversy sells.
Yes, that's number one. Number two, Toyin Lawani has every right. They understand. Is the PA doing an illegal job? The answer is no. Listen. The PA, the PA,
I'm not jumping out.
The PA is doing the job of what he was employed for. Do you understand? The reason why you people are having issues is because he's a guy.
Do you have to offend us with that?
Why are you offended?
Why are you offended by it?
Really?
Yes.
I don't see why you...
I'm actually, you see, the thing is, I love Toyin.
Yeah.
I love her hustle. Oh my goodness.
Of course.
She
give it
is,
to her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she
12
hustles.
entrepreneur.
Yeah,
Of course.
she is.
Give it
You
to
know,
her.
she
Really.
is. But I feel really saddened by the way we've gotten so Western and the desire to be Western, because guess what her defense was? Go and meet Kim Kardashian, who is on Forbes' front page. The idea is you begin to feel that it's not by your hard work, but by being scandalous that you become relevant in the society. Toyin is somebody that we should all respect for her hard work. But I feel she waters down that hard work she's doing
With this
by
video.
posting a butt picture of massage. She
Thank
does
you.
skincare. She does skincare. She does flawless skin for people. She
Tope,
does good
Tope,
clothes.
Sexuality is one of the most effective ways to sell our products.
So no, you don't get what I'm saying.
There are
What I'm
different
saying,
ways
she sells.
selling your product.
She sells.
Even if whatever
she puts
it is.
huge. She does like what they call like a semi-nude thingy where she wear like a this all through
Bikini.
see-through. She wears a bikini, but she now wear like a nude like a hose
shirt dress
all over
or
her
something.
body.
Oh, yeah.
And she does that. She's when your marketing is a different thing. When you come across on social media because you're looking for controversy. And it's not as if she did not know that video she posted was going to generate controversy. I feel that
So that's why I said it's a
it
public
is
stunt. It's
Western,
PR
it is
stunt.
over-Westernization
But
of the values of
Please,
hard
if you're
work that
trying
she's supposed to represent.
would you
I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
Right?
See,
But I'm not in that business. She is in that business.
It's not by, that's
So,
the thing.
you
That's
know-
not the key. That's not the key.
she
It
has
is
a
not by
daughter
being
as
naked.
well. She has a
It is
daughter.
not by being
You should
naked
also
that you
think
blow.
of
It
your
is not
daughter,
by
your
children
children.
cream
I
on your body that
agree
you
with
blow.
you.
So that's the
I agree
misconception
with
most
you.
people have. They all feel that once I post breast and once I post the two, my
Okay.
private parts,
Can I-
everybody will start liking my
Okay,
page.
so
But it's
where-
more than that.
okay.
Kim Kardashian and all of that, it's not just by posting their nakedness that they get rich.
Of course,
They have managers.
cosmetics,
They have
other
managers.
things.
They are
Lots of
doing
cosmetics
response to
businesses.
Tope. Tope, I'm happy that when you started this off, you talked about her businesses and how
Yeah.
successful that she is.
Of
And we know
course.
that those businesses, her Amala.com, is not because she's posting her nakedness on social media. So this is a person that is doing her business and has done several businesses and she's successful. This is just a picture of her about to get on set for something and
Please,
involve.
could she
Sorry,
have also, worn her bikini and still have
No,
the
no,
oil
she had-
on?
no, no, she had a
on?
bikini
Must
on.
she- must she-
Bikini
No,
on.
must she show us the
She had
process?
on.
Must she
she
show us
had
the
something.
process?
And she was saying, how many
Secondly-
of you have a PA like mine?
Okay,
The question was,
secondly,
So if
you know,
you are talking
Veronica
about-
keeps mentioning that she has a daughter. You guys need to understand that the daughter is very, very much a part of this process. And I'm sure her
children,
mother,
actually.
and see, when you grow up in a family where, this is something that you do in fashion, there are some of the quirks that someone on the outside might not understand, but a child growing up in that situation would understand and also understand, listen, let me just finish, and would also understand the boundaries expected of her and those around her. So some of these children are also prepared because
Perhaps-
they grow up in those situations. So
Mariam,
you're
I-
looking
I
at
am
it like
trying to
a
understand
reporter
you.
who sits at home and has her daughter and her children a certain way. Do you understand?
Ma'am,
And
hold
your
on.
expectations for
We
your
have
child will
Yakub
be
on the line, calling from Dokwemo. Perhaps he
Okay,
has a
sorry.
different view
Okay,
from
sorry.
yours. Yakub, welcome to the show.
Yeah, good morning, Veronica.
Good morning.
And then good morning to the rest of the team in the studio.
Good morning.
Veronica, please give me just 1 minute to say something else.
It is-
That when you are
please,
reading the paper.
we are
First,
listening.
You really did a great job this morning for letting us know why Adam Oshiomhole said what he said yesterday. Because when I heard that, I was so annoyed. But I was saying that, you said another thing that all the promise that APC made, they were not fulfilled. I want you people to do us a favor. I say your few fast. Please, you always go out to go and see some certain thing happen. Send your few crew. So what APC claims to be doing.
All right, Yakub. Yakub, we understand how you feel, but actually that's not the topic we are focusing on right now. So perhaps you might want to call back to contribute on the topic we are focusing on. But thank you for your contribution, Mariam.
Okay,
Finish
yes.
your point.
Okay. The last one I want to say is that, you see, there's some things that happen that when you're not part of it, you don't understand. I remember, like in the North, women who, Muslim women who cover and put usually when they go to the hospitals, they wouldn't allow male doctors or nurses or see them, right? Attend to them because of their culture and their religion.
Yes.
And then you have someone who is not part of that culture or religion say, but this is a health issue, it doesn't matter, blah, 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 blah. So in your case, in the case of the person who's not part of the, let's say Southerner, the person sees it as, this is crazy, this is your health that we're talking about, and then the person in that thinks this is so important. So what I'm trying to say that sometimes when you're not part of that process, part of that community, you don't get it. Some things that might seem so horrible to you might actually not be anything. People still have boundaries in situations that you think, you cannot stand or don't understand.
It's not just horrible, it is foreign. And we have so believed that what is foreign is
acceptable.
Better. We feel that they do these things now, and so it is better than what we do
and
here.
That is why
we've seen the side effects.
Morals necessarily better.
Different. Yes, we've seen the side effects of the decadence of lack of values in their society.
Thank you.
So why do we now want to copy what they are doing that hasn't worked for them? There's high rate of divorce. There's high rate of suicide. They have issues, mental depression, and yet we want to become like them.
I have an issue with what she did, but at the same time, I'm trying to streamline it to the nature of her job. Because of the nature of her job, I would not criticize Toyin Lawani. Do you understand? There are a lot of things,
because of these things we say
on social media today
that we keep saying there is no problem, and that is why we begin to see our culture eroded, no more values.
You don't blow
These are the things that build up.
Actually,
there are a lot
she's already blown.
There are a lot of
she's blown.
She's blown already. There are a lot of things that innovations have brought to light today that has helped every one of us on this table.
Of course.
Globalization, the same thing. So it is only when you feel that this is fine by me, that is when you can tilt towards that, oh, this one is not good. Who are we to judge in the first place? Who created all this culture that we are talking about? So no,
this is not judgment.
We're judging, do you understand? But one way or the other, people are frowning at whatever thing she's doing. If I'm a lawyer, do you understand? I'm expected to look in a certain way and present myself in a certain way.
I don't agree with.
Because she's in that line of business, I will never criticize her.
There are many people that look up to her as a role model. I've used that as an example when I go and speak.
As
someone that has run
an entrepreneur. She's a fashionista.
Of course.
Yeah. Because when we talk over each other, nobody can hear us.
Yeah, of course, yes.
So when we have people use her as example of what a role model should be, like, oh, she's doing multiple business, she's doing them well, they'll start thinking that if I want to have the number of followers Sienna has, then I should pose myself naked. I should show picture of my butt. And she gave example because she has her own role model too, Kim Kardashian.
Okay,
so
can I tell you? Can I just say quickly? Okay, yes. There's this program called, I think, Model Squad or something, and this woman brings her child. It's about teenagers who are about to go into the modeling industry, and this woman brings her child, and then she's going, oh, I don't want my child to wear that, I don't want my child. And the person says to her, if you bring your child into the modeling industry, these are the expectations. This is what will happen. So when you find yourself in that situation, those are things that are normal to them. Not because they are bad people, but because this is part of the process.
We have to run, ladies. We have to move on from here. When we come back, our celebrity guest takes the couch. Please stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thank you for staying with us. Now, he is a talented thespian, a producer, singer, dancer, radio and television presenter. That's just one person. Now, he began his acting career in 1976. The same year, he featured in a movie titled Village Headmaster. He was also appointed as special advisor on communication protocol to a former governor of Ogun State. Welcome, Yemi Shodimu.
Thank you very much.
Welcome. Good to have you on the show.
It's the first time in a long time that I'll be hemmed up in between 4 angels at the same time.
Then you're in heaven.
That's the way it is.
You're in heaven. All right, now to join the conversation, you can call us on 0708066814. Tweet to us at TVC Connect with the hashtag YourViewTVC. Now let's come to you, Yemi. From Village Headmaster in 1976, Ole Ku and all of that. Shawarede. And then to think that you were once a backup singer for Chief Ebenezer Obey.
Yes, I saw that.
And then it seems you took a sabbatical all of a sudden. I remember the days of Panadol Extra. And all of that. But then what happened? What have you been up to?
No, sabbatical certainly is out of it. Because even while I was serving in government, I was still doing my bits. You don't run away from the arts if it's in you. Let me quickly correct this. I really wasn't a backup singer with Ebenezer Obey.
Oh, okay.
It was a desire. it was a dream.
Oh.
It was something I wanted. After I finished my youth corps, that was the only thing that was in my head to do. I wanted to be, that was what I wanted to do. But the NTA job was waiting, so I had to go back to it because I went to Ife on study leave. So I had to go back to NTA. But that was what I wanted to do. I eventually got that golden opportunity when Chief Commander Ebenezer Obey allowed me to lead that band at, I think, 1 or 2 shows and all that. And it was like, yes, sure. And I'll do that again and again and again. Yeah, I'll do that again.
So what have you been up to?
What have I been up to? Are you talking about what I'm doing presently? A major project in my mind.
No, we'll talk about your major project now, but somehow it seems that you were off the scene.
I haven't been off the scene. The intensity. No, I've done a few. I've done a few. I was in 93 Days, for instance. I've done a few. This is the way the industry is structured. Most times you're not sure. You're in a movie, and you may not necessarily know where it is when it's completed, where it's running and all that, because you're busy doing a lot of things. Since if it's not your own production, just as an artist, you know, a few of them, I know I've been on locations here and there.
You heard our conversation.
Earlier, yes.
Before the show, you said you Googled. So
I was praying you ladies will forget it.
And you see, that prayer almost worked, but somehow I remember.
No, because you see, you've been in the industry for a long time. You know, you're veteran by. I said if you don't call you a celebrity, you're veteran. You're professional. What's your opinion when you saw the video and when you heard our conversation? Where do you stand? You know, are you for or against?
Just where does he stand? Let him tell us.
Not for against.
It's not competition.
No, don't worry. It's really not a judiciary. I'm going to be very blunt. I saw the movie. I saw the clip. And seriously, I couldn't see anything that has bearing with professionalism in it.
Thank you.
That's the honest truth. I think it was deliberate to cause...
Public stunts.
Yes, kind of. I mean, the guy was there, rubbing whatever, and then he was off. I tried to listen to your discussion. In your description of the character involved, the word model didn't come in. Fashionista, etc., stylists. And I felt that was a bit going above, over the board. If you're probably preparing for an X-rated movie, maybe.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry about that. But seriously, there is no way we are going to ignore what we are.
Thank you.
There is no way, no matter the level of modernization, globalization and all that, there are still certain things that we need to know and to do.
Yeah. I like that.
The societies where we are copying this, they are in trouble, serious trouble. We have enough headache here. We have enough issues to deal with. We cannot, and I'm repeating this, we cannot afford to go that way. Seriously, we can't. Seriously, seriously.
But you said, you're in the entertainment industry as well. And then there's some things that you may do or be asked to do that someone on the outside of the industry might not understand, doesn't get. I mean, we have people who have sat here and we've asked them, how do you kiss another person in your movies when you have a wife at home or you have a husband at home? So for us, we see it as part of the process of getting ready for a shoot. You have someone rub oil on you for the pictures. It's part of the shoot. You have people rub oils on you or sprays, all sorts of things. So maybe people do not understand because they have never been part of that industry. They do not see the process that it takes for someone to come out.
My darling, madness has limits.
Thank you.
That's the honest truth.
All right, so
I'm not in support of that. Seriously.
Okay.
But Democracy and free world.
Thank you so much for your opinion. So moving away from Toyin Lawani, you've been highlighting the achievement of the present administration. I think Akinwumi Ambode, and I was meaning to ask that, is it a partnership or a collaboration between Akinwumi Ambode or why Lagos State in the first place?
I need to get that right.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what
Yeah,
you're getting at.
Are you paid to do it?
For
to
who?
promote the
promote
governor of
his-
Lagos
yeah.
State, or you just voluntarily saw that this man has done a good job, I want to just
You
support
just
him?
want to highlight his
I'm going to say
achievements.
this. There are two ways to this.
Okay.
As a person, frankly, Akinwumi Ambode has done well. And
I
I'm not
agree with
missing
you.
words about that.
Yeah.
He's done some brilliant things. That doesn't mean there are no areas of where he has
Shortcomings.
shortcomings. I mean, that's out of it. Now, as a professional, I'm asked to handle a show, and there are materials to use. These are not concocted things. These are obvious things. I talk about it. I won't shy away from that.
Okay.
I've had situations where I've told sitting governors, sir, ABC things are yet to be done. You
So
don't
are you
get
in
that.
partnership with the
There's no
present
partnership
government?
here.
Okay.
But in politics, because
There's no
I know that
partnership
you're
here.
very, very involved with politics, governance
In Ogun State,
in Ogun State,
yes,
and you worked with the PDP there, right?
right.
And you
I worked with a PDP governor.
a PDP government.
Yeah, okay.
You're a broadcaster. I know we cannot catch you.
Yes, I did.
You see, but we've seen the reality on ground now, and while I agree that some things, some of the promises that the government has made, our current government, and I'm saying on the federal level, have been complied with, the average Nigerian on the street is still feeling the inflation, and the price hike of many goods and services over the past 4 years hasn't really gone down, rather it has gone up. And so some are saying, do we want to go this way? Do we want to go that way? Where do you stand? What's your voice? What are you saying concerning what is going on in Nigeria right now?
I want to start from Ogun,
Okay.
if you permit me.
Please.
I'm involved in the politics of Ogun at this point in time because I'm so keen, I don't want to use the word desperate, so keen to get the right set of people.
Are you for Kashamu?
Answer is no. I am so keen to get the right set of people to get to the hem of affairs in that state. There have been a lot has been done. Each governor that comes does one thing or the other. But you find out that it doesn't necessarily mean that is the best that we can have. Look at Ogun State, the quality of our people there, the level of education, the exposure and all that, we can get a lot better, a lot better. So I won't mention names on this table, but the truth is, right now, we have the opportunity of getting the very best in. I'll leave it at that.
All right.
Now,
We need
you say you're talking about the
We need
federal...
Federal level.
We'll come to that, but because we need to go on a break. We need to
All right.
pay.
It's part of the business.
Yes. We'll take a break now. We'll come back and continue the discussion with Yemi Shodimu. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
All right, thank you for staying with us. We still have Yemi Shodimu in the studio. Now, we are going to be focusing on you and entertainment now.
That's a relief.
As a veteran, how would you evaluate how the industry has evolved?
I think we moved from level 0 to level something.
Something.
Appreciable, I must say that, appreciable level. What you see right now, I mean, it's the result of hard work, perseverance, sweat, no help, no assistance in whatever form, crude, very crude and deliberate act on the part of a set of professionals wanting to make something out of nothing. It's easy to see those the faults. It's easy to identify this thing is not as good as it's not as good. But the truth is, when you look at what is on ground, personally, I like to commend practitioners. We can do a lot more. I must say that. We can do a lot more. I keep hammering on the issue of training. We can do with a lot of training. We can do with a lot of exposure. But the fact remains that I don't know what would have happened if the practitioners are not doing what they're doing right now.
Okay. I agree with you. So as a dramatist, do you think there's anything that can be added to the secondary school curriculum that can enrich the industry that we have today?
I think we should start by retraining our teachers.
In what form?
I think we need to. We need to start with this. I think we need to start with that. Quite a number of them could do with a lot of refresher courses.
Okay, so I know that.
I think that is one area we should kick off.
You have been part of, advocating against piracy.
Oh.
Yes, and as an actor or producer, it must hurt. And I'm wondering, what's the update? Are things getting better? Are they worse? And then with the introduction of things like Netflix and all those pay before you watch and cinemas, has that helped in any way?
Before you answer that question, let's quickly take Tunde calling from Ojota. Welcome to the show.
You can't be listening to yourself.
Tunde, turn down the volume of your TV set if you want to speak with us. All right, I guess Tunde is off, so you can go ahead. Yeah.
Ironically, Tunde happens to be my junior brother. That's the name, not
the
this
name,
one.
okay.
Yes, it's called, I think there's still a free reign out there. Yes, I think so. I'm yet to see the will on the part of the authorities to fight this war. I think it's the practitioners that are still screaming, and they are screaming themselves over this. I'm yet to see it is one industry that brings in so much revenue. It is one industry that has taken off a lot of hands from the labor market. And I think it needs help, especially when it comes to piracy.
What would you expect us to do? What would you tell Nigerians to do?
Advocacy.
In this?
Advocacy. At this level, we can only talk about it. At this level, we can enlighten people. At this level, we can tell them do not touch ABC. At this level, we can tell them not to patronize, pirated films and all that. But it's a lot of work.
I have a question.
I must say that it is a lot of work.
And I have two questions, but I'll just put the two out there. The one you want to answer, you answer. One, the government has put in funds into this industry. We had the last administration devote so much. There was a 20 billion, that was supposed to go into the acting, and they will clamor and fight on how they will now access this money and all of that. Sure. That's on one side. How do you think it could have been done better? Two, Dele mentioned a few weeks back that these actors flaunting wealth on Instagram are misleading younger people into thinking that this industry is very lucrative. There's a competition of what car are they driving. What's the true picture of what the arts entails? Do you agree with him or not? Those are the two questions. All
right, before again you answer this question, we need to quickly take this video. Let's see what it is about.
Ìwọ ọ̀dà mo wá rí pé o ní kankan ṣe báyìí ìwọ ìmèrè burúkú yìí ṣùgbọ́n kó tó bà tèmi jẹ́ wo máa fẹ́yàwó mi lé.
Ó tó bẹ́ẹ̀ mẹ́ta lẹ́ ò tó bẹ́ẹ̀ láró ti.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo sọ fún ẹ.
Ọ̀há ṣé kí ni ìgbàgbé ṣe ẹ ni ìgbàgbé ó ṣe nínú ilé wo nínú ilé yìí tájọ mọ̀ ń pẹ́ tájọ mọ̀ sí ló fẹ́ gbéyàwó wá bá mi ò ní fẹ́ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Ó gbàgbé pé ogún bàbá tèmi ni wọ́n fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ wà á gbéyàwó wọ bo tó bá tú àyè ọlọ́rẹ́sì mi tó bá tú àyè ṣùgbọ́n mi tó bá dánwò tó bá tú àyè tó bá dánwò pẹ́rẹ́ wàláì ṣó ní gbogbo ìyàwó pátá tó bá ń fẹ́ báyìí ọ̀hún máa ṣọ́kù tọmọtọmọ ni.
Lẹ́nu tiẹ̀.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo sọ.
Lẹ́nu tiẹ̀.
Wọ́n máa ṣọ́kù tọmọtọmọ ni.
Lẹ́nu ẹ̀.
Ẹ tẹ́tọ́ lé madam.
Tunu ẹjọ́ ń tòbi ọlọ́run ẹjọ́ ẹ má bínú.
Ẹ wo.
Now, what's the title of that movie?
I don't know. That was what I tried to explain earlier. Most times as an actor, your job ends when you're done on that set.
Okay.
At times, what you have is working titles. On the editing table and all that, the producer or the director can decide that this is, I don't want this, this is it.
Right.
And
let's go back to Tokwe's question.
You won't be able to chase that. Yes, there is a degree, maybe a high degree of misrepresentation of the real situation of things. But I guess it comes with the nature of the job as well. For starters, the whole thing itself is make-believe. So when people now carry this to the real world, that is where you have the problem. I'm acting the role of a millionaire, and I'm cruising in there with some Lamborghini and some heavy, kind of. And then I step out, I still want people to see me that way.
Yes.
My personal orientation wouldn't allow me to. I just want to be myself. I've ridden Okada. I mean, the traffic is bad and I need to get to a particular place. I get off the car.
All right,
and get on the bike.
we need to quickly take this question so that because we're about wrapping up. Yes. So we'll go personal now. How have you been?
Here we go.
How have you been able to balance life in terms of fatherhood, your career, and what projects you have on the ground, your plans, basically?
Balancing. I think my upbringing has helped a lot. It has helped a lot. I grew up with my grandmother, the wife of the late Alaki of Egbaland, and she imbibed a lot of virtues kind of in me and others. I'm contented with life. I like the fact that I work hard at something and I get results of what I do. I've been blessed also with a wife whose head is squarely on, the head is on the neck, that's on the shoulder, and she's out, she's there. We are fine. We're blessed with children that are doing fine. So that's that. The other part of it.
What are you doing now?
Your main project. Right.
I must confess to you, my main project right now is not entertainment, as we speak, because Ogun State deserves the very best, and that's what I'm sticking my neck out to. When that is done, I've not abandoned entertainment.
Okay.
Right?
That's
still run a radio show every Sunday.
Oh, wow.
I still go to locations. But I want to ensure that at the end of this exercise, I sit back and I tell myself, you've done your best. You've given Ogun State an opportunity.
I'm afraid we
to
have to drop it at this point. But it's glad to have had you on the show.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, ladies,
Thank
it has
you.
been...
It's not
You
easy.
dodged our political questions,
It's not easy seeing so
he will
much
tell
beauty
you
on the same table.
behind the scene, right? Ladies, it's been an interesting time this Friday. I look forward to the weekend. I'll keep saying it. Thank you.
First weekend, no working.
Thank you so much, our viewers, for watching. Remember, you can now watch the repeat by 11 p.m. We hope you enjoyed the show today. Have a fabulous weekend. Bye now.
Thank you.